down. When we received the initial briefing for Operation Market Garden, the divisions had a specific missions assigned, and the 101st had the responsibility of maintaining that stretch, about 24 miles of that single highway, clearly open on both sides, and more important, for the British Army to be able to utilize that way, capture the bridges intact. Of course, that was not the case in Son, and the bridge was blown there. But those bridges were a key element to facilitate the deployment of the British Second Army, especially the 30th British Corps, that had the leading elements were the armored units. Then, of course, by this time, the British 1st Airborne Division was across the Rhine. The 82nd was between Arnhem and Nijmegen, and of course we had the rest of the highway from Eindhoven. So it was essential, without keeping the highway open and the bridges intact, it was going to interrupt the quick deployment of the British Army. And to maintain the arrowhead, that arrowhead across the Rhine had to be properly reinforced and confront the probability of German mechanized units coming to attack the arrowhead, which turned out to be the case. We clearly understood the enormous responsibility that had been assigned to us, and the Screaming Eagle Division was expected to do the best job to keep that highway open. What happened was that the enemy had the capability of attacking from the west or from the east. They had that luxury available to them. And there was a period of time, during this period of time, in which although they were not throwing a division to capture or disrupt the highway completely, they had numerous units, mobile units, in which they were hitting from both sides, and it became even like Indians raiding parties, hitting us from both sides. And this is where the training and the independent initiative of airborne units enters into play, and teamwork. And these commanders, regimental combat teams, assumed the responsibility, because it's not a division effort, but it's a multiple regiment effort. And I think it became so hellish that the troops, they never miss a chance to baptize something. Hell Highway, whoever chose the name, he had it right. It was pure hell. One side or the other of the highway. And the Germans wanted to capitalize in delivering a big punch, maximizing the damage, especially when the British trucks or tanks were, crawling on the highway. So it was up to our riflemen. This is where the parachute infantry proved their worth. Our riflemen would go and clean them up. It was at this time when the regimental commander, look, we had battalion commander killed in action, that's Colonel Cole. We have Colonel Johnson, regimental commander, killed in action. We have Colonel Michaelis, regimental commander, the 502nd, severely wounded in action. Colonel Ewell, executive of the 501st, wounded in action. Look how many field grade. Even General Taylor got a shot in the rear, a piece of shrapnel. So it was hell. It was hell high.